Tsutomu Yamaguchi, the man who survived 2 atomic bombs. In 1945, Tsutomu Yamaguchi was in Hiroshima on a business trip. He was just 3 kilometers from the blast when the atomic bomb exploded. He survived the shockwave, the heat, and the destruction, all with serious burns. The next day, he returned home to Nagasaki to warn his company about the danger, but the second bomb was dropped there too, and somehow he survived again. Doctors later called his survival beyond understanding. The night the world avoided nuclear war by accident. In 1983, Soviet systems detected what seemed like 5 incoming US nuclear missiles. Every alarm blared. Officers prepared to launch a counterstrike, a move that would have started World War III. But one man, Stanislav Petrov, noticed something was wrong. The missiles were too few, too small, too unusual. Instead of trusting the computer, he trusted his instincts and refused to report the attack. He was right. It was a satellite error. His decision saved millions of lives. The soldier who fell from the sky without a parachute. During World War II, a gunner named Alan McGee was forced to jump from his damaged aircraft at an altitude of nearly 20,000 feet. He had no parachute. He plummeted through the air, passed out from lack of oxygen, and crashed through the glass ceiling of a train station. The shattered roof slowed his fall just enough for him to survive. He broke almost every bone, but lived. Even doctors couldn't explain how he made it through the fall. The Boston molasses flood. In 1919, a giant storage tank filled with molasses burst unexpectedly in Boston. A wave of thick syrup over 25 feet high rushed through the streets at 35 miles per hour. Cars were crushed, buildings were swept away, and people were trapped in the sticky flood. The idea of a molasses disaster sounds impossible, almost cartoonish, but it became one of the strangest and deadliest accidents in US history. The football match that ended a war. In 1967, during a brutal civil war in Nigeria, a 48-hour ceasefire was declared. Not for peace talks, not for negotiations, but for a single reason. The Brazilian football team Santos was visiting to play a match. Both sides agreed to stop fighting, so everyone could watch Pelé play. For 2 days, the violence paused. A sporting event bringing peace to an active war zone is something history rarely sees. The man who lived after his heart stopped for 45 minutes. In 2008, a man named Michael Nicholson collapsed at home. Paramedics tried everything from CPR, shocks, medication, but his heart refused to start. After 45 minutes, they were ready to declare him dead. But one last shock brought back a heartbeat. To everyone's shock, he woke up with no brain damage, no memory loss, and no long-term effects. Doctors called it one of the most unlikely recoveries ever recorded.